let me introduce you to the Plan, Do, Study Act, and I'm going to share a video from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement that really, I think, is a useful practice tool to learn how to use this approach. The 4 stages of Plan, Do, Study, Act are on the screen, but in essence what we're trying to do is to define what the purpose is, and that's about, or putting it a different way, it's the intentional predictions. What is it that you think will have an impact on what you want to achieve? And think about who's going to do that up front. Not a long time, a minute or two in this particular exercise you'll do. And think about what information you might want to collect. Then you do it, you take a look at the data you've collected and think about changing it again, and then you complete the cycle again. So they're just 4 very simple ways of describing those steps. I'm just going to play now the video from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement that will set out what you're going to do. There will be a slide after it that captures some of the instructions as well, so don't worry about trying to capture it.
The coin spinning game is a way to learn one of the most essential skills in quality improvement, the PDSA cycle: plan, do, study, and act. My colleague Dave Williams had the idea for this game, and we fleshed out the idea and started using it with teams. It's a really fun and very quick way to get some real experience with PDSA cycles. Today, our learning objectives for this exercise are to 1. Understand rapid cycle PDSA testing. 2. Understand how theory and prediction help your learning. 3. See how to collect real-time data and measurement. And 4. Appreciate the opportunity to learn together. The materials for this game that you'll need are 4 coins of different sizes and weights. In the US, we use a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. Use whatever works for you. You'll also need a timepiece able to capture minutes and seconds at each table. A smartphone works well for a timepiece for this game. You'll also need a timekeeper. You should also have a worksheet called a PDSA tracker with you. You'll see several questions that will prompt you to be thoughtful about the ideas you want to test. This game works best in groups of about 3 to 5, so team up and make sure you have the materials with you. The object of the game is to spin that coin as long as you can. You can use and test any of the 4 coins, any technique, and any surface, however you define what a surface is. The game is going to take roughly 25 minutes, 15 minutes for spinning, and 10 minutes to debrief what you've learned. You'll want to run as many tests as you can in these 15 minutes. However, you want to be intentional in your testing. That means consider what you believe may support the longest coin spins. Write your change idea down in the plan section of your PDSA tracker, along with what questions you're trying to answer with this test. Then make a prediction of the time you expect to achieve. Once the plan section is complete, do the test, spin the coin. Remember, the starting point is when the coin starts spinning, and it stops when the coin comes to a natural stopping point fully on your surface. During the test, capture observations in the do section of the PDSA tracker form. After the completion of your test, document the time in the run chart included in your tracker and test again. You might think documentation is going to take you a long time, but trust us, the more tests you run, the faster you'll get at planning your tests. Are you ready? Let's do this.
So you've seen the video, you can obviously replay that as many times as you like, but what you're looking for is to take the 4 coins, have your stopwatch, make sure you've got somebody tracking the time. I'll attach the PDSA tracker worksheet to this section on the course site. So in terms of planning, you're thinking about what are the things that we might be able to do that will mean the coin spins for as long as possible. That's your intentional thinking. The data you're going to collect will be the context into which you're spinning the coin, and of course the time it takes for the coin to come to a complete standstill. You can then review what worked best, which coin, which person, which surface, which area, or other factors that influence it, and keep running through that cycle as many times as you can. And this just illustrates just one simple fact of how quickly you can undertake this PDSA cycle. It doesn't need to take weeks. It's around moving through the process as quickly as possible, following those basic steps of identifying the change that you want to make, identifying the information you want to collect, trying it, reviewing it, and moving on. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope we get a chance to discuss it or even practice it between us as well. But please contact me if you've got any questions about this. Thank you.